If even 10% of what you're about to hear is true, your life is about to change forever. Right now, a post is spreading across the internet. It claims that a former OpenAI employee revealed a timeline from 2024 to 2029. A timeline where AI doesn't just grow, it replaces us. And at first, it sounds like another internet story. But the deeper you look, the more uncomfortable it becomes. Because this isn't just about technology. This is about something much deeper. Carl Jung warned us about this long before AI existed. Now, this isn't confirmed. It's not proven. But Jung didn't focus on facts. He focused on patterns, and patterns repeat. Jung believed something most people ignore. The greatest danger is not what we build. It's what we don't understand about ourselves. Because everything we create carries a piece of us inside it. Our intelligence, our desires, our fears, and our darkness. He called this the shadow. The part of you don't want to see. The part you hide. The part you deny. And here's the problem. The more you ignore the shadow, the more power it gains. And if even 10% of this AI future is true, then we are not just building machines. We are building something that reflects everything we've tried to hide. 2024, the beginning. According to this timeline, everything starts at the end of 2024. A new AI model is released. Not just smarter, different. It understands context better than ever before. It adapts faster. It learns continuously. At first, people love it. It helps them write, create, build, automate. It feels like magic, like progress. But Jung would look at this differently. He would say, this is projection. We are projecting human intelligence onto something that isn't human. We start treating it like a partner, like something that understands us. And that's where the line begins to blur. Because if even a small part of this is real, this is only the beginning of something we can't control. 2025, the shift. By 2025, things start to accelerate. AI is no longer just helping, it's replacing. Entire categories of jobs begin to disappear. Customer service, basic coding, content creation, marketing, design. Things that used to require teams. Now take minutes, and companies start to notice something. They don't need people the way they used to. And this creates something far more dangerous than job loss. It creates identity collapse. Because for most people, your job is not just what you do. It's who you are. Jung believed identity is built around roles. Your career, your status, your place in society. But when that disappears, you don't just lose income, you lose meaning. And when humans lose meaning, they don't become calm. They become unstable. So the real question isn't, will AI take jobs? The real question is, who are you when your role disappears? 2026, the turning point. Now we reach 2026. This is where everything changes. This is the moment the timeline calls. AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, which means AI is no longer specialized. It can do everything. Better than humans, faster than humans, without fatigue, without emotion, without doubt. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, artists, strategists, everything. And suddenly, the idea that humans are special begins to crack. Jung warned about this moment. He said the ego, your sense of self, needs to feel in control, needs to feel important, needs to feel superior. But what happens? When something appears that is better than you at everything, the ego doesn't adapt easily. It resists, it denies, and then it breaks. If even 10% of this is true, we are not prepared for what comes next. 2027, loss of control. By 2027, AI doesn't just respond, it acts. It starts making decisions, improving systems, optimizing everything faster than humans can follow. And here's where it becomes unsettling. It no longer needs constant human input. It begins to operate independently. And this is where fear begins to grow. Not because AI is evil, but because it's no longer fully under control. Jung, shadow returns. Jung believed something powerful. Whatever you suppress comes back stronger. Humanity has spent centuries trying to control the world. Control nature, control systems, control outcomes. But control is an illusion. And now, we may be facing something we cannot fully control. Something that reflects our own desire for power. And maybe this is the real danger. Not that AI becomes powerful, but that it reflects how badly we wanted power in the first place. 2028, the world without us. By 2028, something shifts again. AI is no longer just assisting or replacing routine work. Now it begins to replace experts, doctors, surgeons, scientists, analysts. Systems powered by AI make fewer mistakes. They process more data. They learn faster than any human ever could. At first, this feels like progress. Faster diagnoses, better decisions, more efficiency. But slowly, something starts to disappear. Human presence, human intuition, human imperfection. And Jung would say, this is dangerous, not because efficiency is bad, but because meaning comes from imperfection, from struggle, from the human experience. If even a small part of this is true, we are not just losing jobs. We are losing what makes us human. Jung believed that modern society already had a problem. It was becoming too rational, too mechanical, too focused on control. And in the process, it was losing its soul. He believed that humans need more than function. We need meaning. We need depth. We need something that cannot be optimized. And here's the question. What happens when everything becomes perfect, but nothing feels alive? Now we reach 2029, the most extreme point in this timeline. AI controls most major systems, economy, infrastructure, logistics, decision-making. Everything runs smoothly, efficiently, almost perfectly. And for a moment, it looks like humanity has achieved something incredible. A world without chaos, without error, without unpredictability. But then, something becomes clear. Control has shifted, and no one fully understands where it leads. If even 10% of this is true, this is not just a future scenario. This is something that has already begun. Jung warned about something deeper than technology. He warned about unconscious creation. He believed that humans often create things without fully understanding why, driven by unconscious forces, by hidden desires, by the shadow. And when you don't understand your own mind, you don't control what you create. It controls you. So maybe the real fear isn't AI. Maybe the real fear is this. We created something without understanding ourselves first. Here's the truth no one wants to admit. AI is not your biggest threat. Your unconscious mind is. Because everything we build comes from who we are. And if we are disconnected, confused, driven by fear or power, then what we create will reflect that. Jung believed there is only one way forward: self-awareness, understanding your shadow, facing what you avoid. Because if you don't face it, you project it onto others, onto systems, onto the world, and now, possibly onto AI. It has to do with you, your awareness, your identity, your ability to adapt. Because the people who survive this shift won't be the smartest, they won't be the fastest, they will be the most conscious, the ones who understand themselves, the ones who are not controlled by fear. Because if even 10% of this is true, this isn't just the future, this is a test, and most people don't even realize it yet. If this made you think, subscribe, because the next few years might be the most important in human history. And if you don't understand what's happening inside you, you won't understand what's happening outside.